what's up YouTube? It's Kim and it is time for my weekly weigh-in update. I weighed in yesterday, Friday, and I was up 0.4, making my total loss 104.8 pounds. I had a great week. I tracked everything. I got activity in, and I know it's just a water retention issue, so I'm not upset about it. It happens. If I continue to do well this week, I know it'll show on the scale next week. I was talking to my favorite weigher-inner at Weight Watchers, Nancy, and she was saying, you always have such a great attitude after you get on the scale and you gain. And I said, because it's just a fact of life. Sometimes women retain water for many different reasons, and I know I had a good week, and I know eventually it will show. She said she weighs in 100 people a day, and 98% of them will say I had a great week, and then when they get on the scale, they gain. She's like, their attitude completely changes. And I know it's hard to get to that point where you can't let the scale, change your mood or your day, but just know, the scale doesn't tell the whole story. It's just a number. So much goes into weight loss. I'm so glad my work event is over. It went great. So now that stress is out, I can go back to focusing on my weight loss journey, which I have to say I did pretty well with staying on track and focusing. In the past, I would have gained, 5 to 10 pounds in the month leading up to this event, just from stress and stress eating. But I really did try so hard to replace that behavior of eating when I'm stressed to working out or, finding other ways to keep busy. So I am pretty proud of myself. The meeting today was fantastic. I needed this meeting so much, which I'll get to that later in the video. And my new leader, Roger, is phenomenal. As you know, I have tried a lot of new leaders, and I am set now on Roger. He was my leader about 10 years ago, and he himself has lost over 130 pounds, and we have the same mentality. We have the same, food addiction, food issues, and he just totally motivates, inspires me. The group was great. So I will be weighing in Saturday mornings. Unless I have something Friday night, I'll pop in quick Friday and weigh in. So I'm just gonna leave it open Friday or Saturday, but my meeting time is gonna be Saturday mornings if I can make it. Of course, if there's something, gotta be flexible, right? So something he said today really stuck with me. It said, if you pretend to be perfect, it doesn't help anyone. And you know me, I don't pretend to be perfect. I have binges. I have weeks where I gain. I've had issues that I've had to work through, but I try to be so open and honest because I want people to realize that they're not alone, that everybody goes through hard times. Everybody gains weight. Everybody struggles. But I think that's why you guys like me so much, because I do keeping it real. I do really keep it real. And my hope is always that I can motivate, inspire you guys to just keep going, no matter how hard the times get or how much you want to binge, that you just keep going. So the weekly this week was how to turn it around. And it was a fantastic meeting. There was so much success. There's so much success in that Saturday morning meeting. There was a woman today who had lost 81 pounds and has kept it off for 9 years. It was her 9-year goal anniversary. And he asked her, what is your secret? And she said, there is no secret. And I know I've said that before. There is no secret. You have to continue to weigh and measure. You have to continue to track points. And you have to continue to be on this healthy lifestyle. If you want to get to goal and stay there, that is the only way you can do it. There is no secret. It's only hard work. So we talked about what to do when you gain, when you have a binge. How do you turn it around? And what we talked about is exactly what I always say. When I gain, I know I need to weigh in. You need to face the scale. Because how are you going to move forward and get somewhere if you don't know where you are right now? You need to assess the situation, regroup, form an action plan, and decide what your next move is going to be. Is it going to be your next meal? Is it going to be your next form of activity? You always want to be thinking ahead and how you're going to turn it around. For me, I try to, let's say in the morning, if I have, more points than expected, I'm going to look toward my next meal. Okay, what can I do my next meal to make it low point or super healthy that can, turn it around? If my whole day is kind of shot, I'm going to look toward tomorrow. Pre-plan my meals. Okay, Kim, what can you do tomorrow that is going to help you on this weight loss journey and help you achieve your goals? Just like I said last week, it only takes one good day to get yourself back on track. And most importantly, you need to forgive yourself. Everybody's going to have a slip up. Everybody's going to have a bad day. It's not if, it's when. And you need to be prepared for when it does happen. This week's subscriber question of the week comes from actually two people because they're relating to binge eating. Jackie Pauls. She said, how do you avoid the binge attack? I self-sabotage all the time. Well, if you saw on my Instagram last night, I had a binge attack. I couldn't stop eating. Once I started, I couldn't stop. I had some of my trigger foods. That was the number one problem. Number two problem was that I was exhausted. Number three problem is I had some sangria. So having some alcohol and being exhausted, not a good combo. So I did unfortunately binge last night and I felt horrible. I felt physically, I was just, my stomach hurt. I felt crabby. It was not good. And I'm like, Kim, you need to remember this feeling for the next time you want to do that. I'm happy to say I have not done that in a long time. Now, in the past, I'd have that type of episode a couple times a month, then monthly, then maybe every other month, but it's getting few and far between. So that hasn't happened in a while, so I'm happy about that. So I forgave myself, and today is a new day. I hit the reset button, I go to my meeting, I plan my day, and that is how I move on from it. But your question was, how do I avoid the binge attack? And sometimes I can't, but how do I avoid it? I try to reach out to friends. I try to pre-plan my meal. If I am going to a certain restaurant that I know could lead to a binge, I try to avoid my trigger foods. So that is how I try to avoid a binge. Next question from Fancy Plants. I know you mentioned struggling with binge eating disorder. Would you be comfortable sharing what has been helpful to you in working through that? Exactly what we talked about today. I work through it by just keep going. I wake up the next day with a new set of points and tell myself, it's okay, it happened. All you have to do is just keep going. Put one foot in front of the other, focus on your next meal, make it a healthy one, reach out to friends, look for support on YouTube, the Instagram Weight Watchers community, connect. Wherever you find that inspiration, go find it. So thank you so much for your questions, ladies. If anyone has a question for me, please put it down in the comments below and I will answer it in a future video. I hope you guys got something out of today. I know I got so much from my meeting today. I am feeling pumped. I am feeling excited for the week. I really want to focus on myself and my health and eating well this week, and hopefully that will reflect on the scale next week. Thanks guys so much for watching. Have a great week. You will see this on Monday, so hope you have a wonderful week and stay fit and fabulous. Bye.